Gotham Knights. Is this complex co-op or is the co-op too complex? I don't think they know what's going on, but we're going to talk about it. So here we go.
Hey, variants, we are back for another exciting episode, but this time we're going to change things up a bit, a little bit of pivoting into video games, if you will. One of Will Parker's favorite things to do in his free time is to play some video games, and I know we've talked about a couple games that myself and Tony have thoroughly enjoyed. So without further ado, bring your little mouse over that watermark at the bottom there, or Batman is going to bust your kneecaps and take your insurance money. Will, take it away. Arkham Knight. What are your thoughts?
All right, freaking. So basically with this game, so that we've got a lot of controversy about when Gotham Knights is supposed to release. The release date's been pushed back a couple times. This one and the Suicide Squad game both have been pushed back. This one is focusing mainly on the Gotham Knights stuff, where we see four heroes. You got Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, and Red Hood running around taking care of business in Gotham, while Batman is, presumably off doing whatever he's doing. They got to handle the show. So with the premise of this game, everyone is very hyped for it. You got four heroes that are going back and forth to get stuff done. It's an open world RPG. Like, this is massive. This is epic. This is like really, really fun. Or at least that's what we thought it was going to be. Can it still be? Yes, but we're now limited based off of some of the information that we've gotten. With this game, you kind of look at it, you kind of expect it, this would be a great 4-player game. You get 4 of your buddies online and stuff like that. Y'all run around the open world getting stuff done, stuff like that, and y'all just have an absolute blast. Come to find out, the game's co-op freaking is not a 4-player co-op. It is a 2-player co-op. And the problem with this 2-player co-op is that it is online only. You cannot couch co-op. You cannot do anything, have friends come and help you in any type of way, except for that one person that you want to play with online, whoever that may be. And if you're someone like me and stuff like that, freaking, I'm very into the story and what's going on. I love to kind of have a person to play with, and I would play through the campaign, the entire campaign with that person. Like, hey, if we're on together and we're running through it and everything's counting, which is, there's been some problems with some of these games with this kind of stuff. Outriders is one of those games that I had problems with, where if we were in my game and getting campaign progress done, it only counted for me. It didn't count for the other person. So we would have to go back and replay the same missions and stuff in the other game to count for them. We don't know if Gotham Knights is going to have that same issue or not. Is progression going to take place? Character level ups, how all this stuff works. We're still, some of the jury is still out on exactly how our characters are going to evolve throughout the game and interact with each other. Again, if it was anything like the Batman series, which is one of the most fantastic series in all of gaming, then we know that there's a chance that it could be a simple upgrade system, so that you just get access to your different gadgets, like it's played through the story. I hope the developers have kind of taken that into account, and they're trying to create a seamless kind of flow to the game as you get your gadgets or you get access to certain things. How you're doing your upgrades, again, we don't know. But this is a problem that I have because I have Brent here as well as Tony and a few other people who I was looking forward to playing this game with, and now I have to
play favorites. You got to pick one best friend. You got to write it out with that one best friend, unless you want to do multiple playthroughs, which I know for you isn't a big deal, but I know for most gamers, if the story's not good the first time, why am I going to play multiple times with multiple people just to suffer through this game? Shout out to Marvel's Avengers for doing that. Thank you for showing us what 4-player done poorly looks like. At least we won't get disappointed about that here, but this is starting to rub me that same exact way of just, you gave me a whole bunch of hope for 4-player co-op. Now I only get 2. You give me 2 delays. I know the studio is much better than what was put out for Marvel's Avengers, but still, are you as worried as I am that this game could be DC's version of the Avengers?
Look, man, it really could be. Again, I'm looking at even looking at some of the graphics and stuff like that. You gotta remember this game. A couple controversies have been happening with this game, which we'll get into another one in a second. But again, like they have a real good chance here with if they would have came out with 4-player co-op, so that they could have put Marvel's Avengers in the dirt. Like it, I mean, it already buried itself, but they could have just put the final nail in the coffin, call it a day. As far as here's how a 4-player co-op game should be in an open world, and you have. And especially with the Batman games, you see how big they can create these maps, and you can run around these maps and do all this stuff. That's great. It's not like these little standalone maps that are literally rinse and repeat sections or that. Like, no, it's a fluid city map that is built that you can play on. Like, if I can run around and play Grand Theft Auto 5 on 3 different platforms in a variety of co-op to go get stuff done, go do heists and all this stuff, why can't this be a 4-player co-op? I don't understand that. So I'm going to be freaking complaining about it a little bit, freaking, because it just doesn't make any sense as to why you wouldn't go this route. But again, I don't know the restrictions and stuff that were put on the developers. I don't know what the studio's, issues and stuff are with creating this stuff or what they were allowed to do, what they can't do. I know there's people higher up that make these decisions that kind of get boxed in. So I'm trying not to be mad about it. I'm just really hoping for a really good game, really polish it up to make sure that it's fantastic. And that brings me to the other point. This game was slated to come out for PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. It has since been changed. This is no longer for the older generation of consoles. PS4 and Xbox Ones have been removed from the list of being able to play this game. It is going to be next gen only. So PS5, Xbox Series S and X are going to be the ones available to play this game. That's a big deal. All right, because not only were you creating the game for all platforms, you're now changing it to where you're doing, next gen only. Well, here's the thing. Next gen, I have high hopes when you say something's going to be next gen only. I expect you to come in like certain games who have really done a good job of enhancing and using the next gen technology. Like I said, being able to really make sure it's clear.
Spider-Man.
Stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. Spider-Man was done for PS4 and PS5. It was done for both those consoles, and it excelled very well. It looked really good. Horizon Zero Dawn looked fantastic. It was done for PS4 and PS5. So I'm expecting the same amount of quality going forward. Make sure it looks good. You had it for PS4 and PS5, but now that you're doing next gen only and stuff like that, and you're taking more time to create the game, I definitely expect you to polish it up real nice. Like I want a nice, pretty red bow on this thing when it gets here.
No glitches, no bugs. I want everything to be fluid, crisp, and beautiful. Like I understand there's gonna be your week 1 bugs because every game got one. People always find a way to break the game, either on purpose because there's people whose entire jobs are that. And then there's people who just accidentally be like, yeah, I just fell through the map and now I'm just in limbo until I reset the game. So hopefully this game is super crisp. I can't believe that they kind of went this route, given how limited the supply has been for all next-gen consoles. I mean, I was able to get one, but only because you were able to find one. That being said, that's as far as people with PS5s that I know of off the one hand, I got one hand. That's it. That I personally know of and have played PS5 games with. This could have been the PS5 game to change it all. But they kept pushing back, and now I don't know how well it's going to play, especially given the time of its release and the time of which other games that we are very, very hyped for, God of War, will be right around the corner. So you better get in this game, beat this game, and be ready to be done by the time that other one drops.
Well, you got to remember that, with all this going around and trying to figure out like what all is involved is like, the game is still selling like crazy. It's going to be available on PC, I think, via Steam and the Epic Store. I may or may not be wrong. I think those are the routes that will be available. But you remember, they've already sold out of like almost all their collector's editions with that. So everything that's involved in these, which is a lot of content. Like, you got to remember that these come with usually these big statues. I think it's a whole Bat family statue that comes with the collector's edition, big art book and stuff like that, like a pin and some other in-game content, which usually the deluxe version also comes with the in-game content. It's usually like kind of like different colors, cosmetics and stuff like that. I think they have a Batman Beyond style cosmetic for all the characters that they're utilizing. And then there's also a pre-order cycle, like the Bat cycle, 233 Bat cycle, I believe. And that's the one that's got I think comes with also the different color schemes and stuff like that. So it's some cool collectible stuff. Nothing I really jump for. I think the statue looks great. It's like them all posed up and stuff. But per my experience with a lot of these statues and stuff like that, the quality, of course, isn't the best. So I would, of course, probably go the route of, getting the deluxe edition with a couple of the bonuses, and go collect my own statues, which I have quite a few back there on my shelf that you'll see.
It's like the game edition price $69.99. The special edition $89.99, and the collectors $129.
$299 for the collectors. Yep.
That sounds about right. Given all that was a pretty nice list of perks, but I mean, $300.
You're paying for the statue. You're paying like $100, plus dollars for that statue. So it better be a good quality statue, and it better not break freaking coming out the box. Because there was a time when Marvel vs. Capcom came out with a game, and they had some Infinity Stones with the game, which turned out to be some half plastic Easter eggs or whatever with some lights under them, so that didn't really work, and it was really crappy, and a lot of people were upset about that. So please, the statue looks good from the pictures again, but they're pictures. Like, once we see everything firsthand, we get a couple people who have you check out a couple people who got the videos and stuff when they do the unboxings and stuff, and you'll be able to actually see what's going on. But if you want it, hey, pre-order it now. Try and get on it. I think Best Buy is the only one left with any of them, and I think it's with the Series XS bundle that still has them. I think all other versions have sold out.
And we will be doing a game review as the game's going on. Heck, we may even do a game playthrough should there be enough demand for that. We'll see how everything goes with that. So we got stuff in the works for this game. We will be playing this game for something fun. The Batman Arkham series is one of the greatest series, period, of all time, continuity-wise in my eyes. And I mean, Batman Arkham City alone can stand the test of time in one of my top 5 lists. Easy money, top 3, also easy money. So for me to say, I'm not going to play this game, I'm on the fence, but they're going to get my money. So
I said
the same thing about Avengers.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it that night, so that it comes out. So I'll be online, so that again, I'll probably start streaming it on Twitch like that. So we'll see. I'm still learning about Twitch and what I want to do with it. So, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. Other than that, it's just kind of a wait and see at this point. So we'll see. What other news we get. There's gameplay footage and stuff out there. There's a few other things. Check all the stuff out. Make your purchases wisely. Make your pre-orders and stuff accordingly. Remember, digital pre-orders don't sell out, so you can wait till you see a little more before you want to purchase it, or go ahead and get your physical edition, pre-ordered and be ready to go so that you have it day one. So, on that, Brent, you got anything else?
Now, guys, I already said earlier on, check out that watermark at the bottom right corner of the screen. Click on that so you can be subscribed. Check out all the greatest content that we have, or Batman will bust your kneecaps and collect your insurance money for Wayne Corp. I don't have anything else to add. Let's just show them what else we got in the other videos that we may be doing. Otherwise, take it away, Will.
We out this thing. Catch y'all later.